Was for a settlement of $2,000. I just need a motion to accept that settlement, and we need a second.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, settlement is passed. The settlement has been signed, and right now before we can do the recording of the lien, funds have to be transferred yet. So as of today, the funds, our bank hasn't received funds yet. So as soon as we receive those, it will be recorded. Okay? Now, codification. Alrighty. We were okay with everything except we come to okay, animal control. Alright, that is 62-1. Chapter 2, Title 2, Chapter 6, 2.
Say what?
Okay, Title 2,
Okay.
the second section. Okay, go to 6.2, which is animal control section, chapter 2.
What's
Okay.
your page say?
It's 62-1.
Oh.
No,
Everybody with me?
621, animal control.
Right, okay. Alrighty. Okay, 621, livestock not allowed. We agreed on changing the definition of livestock to any hooved animals. Alright, and then also down at C, livestock not allowed. Livery stables are prohibited in subsection 5.1.1P and 9.1.2C4 of the new code. The village allows livestock, and we said appropriate provisions of subsection 5.1P should be removed. Okay, and we voted yes. All right, cruelty animals, there wasn't anything on there. Definition dangerous on 625. Dangerous and vicious animals. What Julie said, that we can refer to Kankakee County Animal Control on that, because under their ordinance, chapter 10, that we have adopted, that covers dangerous and vicious animals. Okay, and I'll make a note there. 6283. Okay, 6286. Impoundment and redemption provisions. Okay, Julie said that we can do away with all A, 1 and 2, and then B, and refer to the Kankakee Kankakee County Animal Control Ordinance. So what's going to be put there is referred to the Kankakee County Animal Control Ordinance, Chapter 10, which covers that. Okay.
Good with that?
All right, and then C, D, and then 627 is we are taking out because it's all covered. Because we don't do that. We don't. That will be all under Kankakee County.
Yep.
Okay, and then 628. We really can get rid of that too, because all the fines will be covered under Chapter 18 of Kankakee Animal Control.
Okay.
Okay? Please don't write in those books, because I got to use them, so.
she's not.
All right, well, I'm just
Watching you.
making, yeah.
No ink.
Okay, no, okay. And then under 62A3, okay, we have no more than 4 dogs. 62A3. This is what Julie said we should put is, if we're gonna say 4, maybe we ought to put 2 fixed and 2 breedable or intact. And she questioned, should this include cats in the total? Right now that says dogs. So we put, because Kankakee County has, their total includes all dogs and cats
In one class.
in one class.
So if you have 2 breedable dogs, you can have 2 unbreedable cats.
You know, should we just leave it at dogs and leave it as cats for right now? Should
Well,
we?
talk to the cat lovers here. Are you cat lovers? Anybody?
I'm not a cat lover.
My daughters have cats, so I don't know. But they're all fixed.
You know, so.
Yeah.
So as
But
long as they're.
the problem with cats is, especially, you know, if they keep them around outside, you try to pin them down and that ain't my cat.
Yeah, but you know,
We have
one
a
thing,
feral cat this year, so.
Yeah.
Kankakee County also says under their ordinance that cats have to be tagged and chipped also.
Right.
That's why nobody owns them when they're running all over the place.
Yeah. You
That's
know,
why we have feral cats.
so, okay, I guess my question is cats, do we want to put in there or just leave them out for now?
I'd leave them out for now.
And
myself.
that's the way I feel
Okay.
about it. I don't know anybody else.
Okay, now, about 4 dogs. I don't have that many dogs, so I'm not. 2 fixed or 2 breedable, and 2 breedable. Or, you know, or you can have 4 fixed. But what she's saying is that if you want 2 breedable ones, you can only have 2. You can't have 4 breedable
Yeah.
ones.
Well, that makes sense because it reverts back to that puppy mill crap and
Mhm.
I think the 2 and 2.
So you could have, if you wanted to have 2 fixed and 2 breedable, that's 4, or you could have 4 fixed.
yeah.
Okay?
You just couldn't have 4 on.
No more than 2 breedable.
4 is the
on a
max on
floor.
dogs, no matter how you look at it. Right?
Yep.
Can't afford one.
How about, okay, it's open, is that okay? Put down 2 fit,
No.
No.
what?
4 dogs, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know,
you know,
Should
you
it
could
be
have 4 fixed.
5, or is that
5 or 6.
Oh.
I mean, where's that number, you know, who's to determine who can care for their animals? You know what I mean?
Because it's like your kids.
Yeah, like my kids, I have 2 daughters that live together,
Mhm.
and they have 4 dogs. 2 of them are hopefully leaving soon, but, you know, Doobie's getting a puppy, so that makes it 5 in that house at that point.
Yeah, because, well,
But
Kankakee
they're all neutered.
County says 3,
Right.
you know, so we're above Kankakee County.
But I don't understand how can
you put a number on?
you put a number on?
Because they look at,
I mean, that's like me, I had 5 kids.
yeah.
Are you gonna put a limit on children too?
No, they
I mean,
look
they're
at-
animals, my dogs are my kids.
Yeah, but they look at breed, I mean, as if you have more than 4, they consider that a kennel or a breeder.
I think that's crazy.
And some of it becomes a health issue, though. If you have too much pet dander and stuff like that for your square footage of your dwelling, you know, that considers a health risk. And then also them being outside, depending on how well kept they are, you're creating an animal waste, you know, that's, you know, subject to smell odors. I had that with a neighbor before, and I actually had to have that enforced through the plumbing
Well,
law.
I think there's part of something in here that says about animal waste.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
helped control the per capita.
Right.
You know,
I'm
for
just gonna
square
say,
footage. Yeah, enough
I-
property for it.
I understand where you're talking about you have multiple families living together.
Right.
Okay, but that's not a normal circumstance because you know we have ordinance that says you can't have, you know, we have ordinances for multiple dwellings. Okay,
Right.
so I think 4 dogs, my personal opinion is, I'm just going to tell you, 4 dogs is a pretty good capacity limit because a lot of places don't even allow 3 as their max. Okay, and I personally, 4 dogs to me, if you've got more than 4, then there's some kind of kennel issue or something that you should have to because there's other consequences that come with having that many dogs. Okay, if I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I think 4 is plenty of dogs in that perspective when it comes to having animals. Because, you know, Jan, I can tell you this. I can see you having 6 and you're going to clean up after all of them. But I also can see that we have been, and we've experienced this in this village, people abuse the right, and if you have 6 and they're allowed to have 6 and they're not taken care of, where our hands are tied on what we can do to correct that situation too.
I think also that she should be able to have as many dogs as she can legally take care of.
That's not
because if she's able to
I don't want to get
provide
too far
the
off
shots,
course here, so.
well, I mean, I'm sorry. She had like 5 minutes. I should have at least 5 minutes, right? I'm just saying. Okay, so if someone's able to get the shots, right, the rabies shots, the microchip, and have ownership of it, and also with the ownership comes, if the dog gets loose, the village can go ahead and capture the dog and find the owner.
But do you understand what that
So
costs the
therefore,
village to
we
maintain
won't do
those
that.
kind of things?
Well,
We
it's
won't do
part
that.
of the ordinance.
No.
You're removing that?
Well, we adopted Kankakee County Animal Control Ordinance. They will do that. We won't.
Well, the same,
that's what
same
she's
thing,
saying.
same thing,
Okay.
same thing.
She's just saying that we would call animal
Right.
control.
Yeah.
But you know,
Exactly.
just so you know we pay a fee in order to have that Kankakee County ordinance.
And the fee is going to go ahead and be reimbursed and put into the system. I'm just saying, give more people more rights instead of taking the rights away from people.
No.
You know,
I don't
it's a
agree
village,
with that.
it's a
All right.
village.
Okay, the discussion is there. All right. So I know we've had that number in there for a long time, so we've got to come to an agreement. If I have to ask for a vote, I will. If we can just come to a consensus on the board. So, we got any more discussion with the board?
I would just make the motion that we maintain the maximum of 4 dogs as it's stated currently in our ordinance.
Any other discussion?
I just know that it says right here, no more than 4 dogs can be kept in a residential residence. Over 4 animals is considered a breeder. If they're all spayed or neutered, how can it be considered a breeder?
Yeah, but maximum will be 4, so that's what we're saying. You know, one way or the other, so. Do I have to, or can we come to a consensus, or do I have to ask for a vote?
Well, I made a motion to.
Well, we don't need no motion
Take a
on this. Yeah. Okay, 4. Can I see, yes, A or nay, I'll go around. Cass?
Well, what are the choices?
4.
For or what?
Okay, you got a choice. Okay, first one is 4.
Or not change?
Yeah, is 4 animals, no more than 4. And then next, I'll ask for another vote as more than 4 with a number. Okay? But there has to be a stipulation if, are those going to be fixed or non-fixed? So right now we got 4 where you can have 4 fixed or 2 breedable or intact and then 2 fixed. See what I'm saying? Or is everybody with me?
Yep. Still max 4 dogs.
Yeah.
Whether it be 2 fixed and
Or 2 breedable.
intact
Or 4 fixed.
or 4 fixed.
So I just need a yes or no on that. Cass? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, Jan?
No.
Rebecca? Say what you think, that's okay. Yeah.
I've never been in a house with 4 dogs, so I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
But I see what she's trying to say, and so it doesn't really affect me. But I feel bad for the people who, like she said, they treat them like their family.
Yeah.
And so I would say no. I'd like to vote on the number with the fixing. The fixable. The number of dogs with
Neuter.
Oh, okay,
how they're
fixed.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Steve?
I say, yes, keep it at 4.
Barb?
I say yes, keep it at 4.
Okay, so it's 3-2, so we'll keep it at 4.
Okay.
All right.
We'll be against the law.
Sorry.
You remember what the military says, and I don't know if you've never been involved, but don't ask, don't tell.
But we will state you can have 4 animals, either fixed, 4 fixed, or 2 fixed and 2 breedable. Okay?
Says 4 animals, that mean like if you have 2 cats and
No, just dogs.
This is just dogs.
We get into that cat thing and that turns into a nightmare.
I have 4 in my house, I don't want more.
Well, that's cute, that's you.
Okay, let's move on. Then 6284, dogs at large. That will be referred to Kankakee County Animal Control, Chapter 10. A and B is crossed out. And then C, I talked to Julie about this. She said, okay, well, that's taken out. C's taken out too. All right. Because what we're going to do, if we can leash it or not. If not, we're going to call animal control. They're going to come out here. You know, so 6285. That again, that will be referred to Kankakee County Animal Control Code. And ICLS 510. So on that, 6285A is crossed out, B and B1 and 2. All right. Then we get to 6286, failure to remove excrement from premises. Okay. All right. Where's Jan's? Okay, there. All right. It says it shall be unlawful for any person to create a nuisance whereby the animal excrement of any dog lies unattended and uncollected by the owner or keeper of the dog, housed in a pen or chained to a stake within the village, and any person who permits a violation of this section shall be served by, we changed that with, by any village board member. And, okay, a notice and shall be fined not less than $20 for each violation. Okay, for improved wording, should the wording change to the bold stricken words above be underlined? Word, yes, and then I've got refer to the note. We've got the violation should be out, and refer fine to 141. Okay, that's our general penalty. Okay, now also Jan brought this poop scoop ordinance. No person. Jan, you know where you got this or not?
I got it off the line.
Okay. No person shall appear with a pet upon the public ways or within public places or upon the property of another without the person's consent, without such means for the removal of all excrement. Nor shall any person fail to remove any excrement deposited by such pet. Required, A, it shall be the, everybody got this?
No, you're the only one.
Why don't you tell me I would pay it off? Make copies.
This one talking about like we got fencing back there. I remember I was all poop back there. I got pick up all the
Well, it's
poop and
considered a
remove it.
pen, like it would be a pen, a small fenced in area. If it's your backyard,
Well, it's just part of my backyard.
then yes, you need to go pick up your poop.
I don't know. I would just make sure the kids do it.
That's what your kids are.
Yeah, they're both 12.
Yeah,
Well, Chloe
it's-
won't want nothing to do with it. She don't like
Do you have big dogs?
one.
That's why I don't have big
Not
dogs.
bad.
Big dogs equal big poop.
Well, that was my friend's dog who died, and I took control of the dog for him. Another 3 came with his girlfriend.
Oh.
And if you don't constantly keep up with them, you can't use it for a play dot. I'm gonna pick the dog up and yelp. I'm like, I didn't hurt you. I could have done it when she was around. I said, what are you doing with my dog? You're doing nothing. Pick it up and
I'm
pick
sorry,
it
I
up.
know.
What's that?
I'm sorry, I have one
Whatever they want.
the dogs. We
Oh,
did too.
yeah.
We did too
And
for
my
a
cat has
while.
two.
That's right. I got hold of
Yeah.
the EPA and everyone else, and actually the plumbing department enforced it.
Yeah,
Outside of the house.
yeah, we had the same problem.
Yeah.
But
I think it's right to sit out and not hear everyone's dog barking.
Yeah. Well, that does
No one
happen.
tells them to be quiet.
Oh, yeah. They do warn people of
I live
people.
down a farm and the dogs don't allow to bark. Okay. It's like kids. I'm sure we're not over there.
I don't promise there, all this is spelled right either, because I was on my phone and I hurried, trying to do this.
Okay, let's get back to order. Okay, the poop scoop ordinance, no person shall appear with a pet upon the public ways or within public places or property of another without the person's consent, without such means for the removal of excrement, nor shall any person fail to remove excrement deposited by such pet. Required, A, it shall be the duty of each person who owns, possesses, and controls a dog to remove and dispose of any feces left by such person's dog on any sidewalk, street, or other public area. It shall be the duty.
For
Huh?
It shall for there
Yeah.
be the duty.
Yeah, for each person who owns, possesses, and controls a dog to remove and dispose of any feces left by such person's dog on any private property, neither owned or occupied by the person. 2, method of removal of and disposal. For the purpose of this section, this means of removal, all shall be any tool, implement, bag, or other device for the purpose of picking up and containing such feces. Disposal accomplished by the transporting the feces to a place suitable for the disposal of dog feces. C, fines for the violation. Violation of this section shall be punishable by a fine not exceeding $10 for the first offense, $25 for the second offense within a year of the first offense, and $50 for the third and any subsequent offenses within a year of the first offense. Exemption. This order shall not be applied to any licensed dog company, any handicapped person who, because of such person's handicap, is physically unable to comply with the requirements of this section.
Well, couldn't we take those, I mean, if we're gonna work on this adoption, don't you think those fees ought to be relevant to what we currently have for all fees?
Well, that would be $100 for the first offense.
Yeah, I think that seems a bit extreme. I think once people get the word out that you gotta pick up your dog's poop, that, you know.
Okay, I mean, we just standardized everything else.
I mean, this came from Chicago, so.
So.
Is 10, 25, 50 reasonable for dog food violations.
Right.
Okay,
Okay,
do we want to, everybody agree to put that in there?
yes, I
Yeah,
think we ought to have it.
I think we need it, yeah.
All right, let me,
At least you give you some hammer.
18-3,
that'll be 6-2A-6A.
oh, okay, I see where you labeled it, okay, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, really down there. I'm just looking at the top one, I don't see a number on it.
He's just adding it to this list
Yeah.
of ordinances. Campers, the first,
30th, Good Friday.
Do you know the $100 minimum fee? Do you know what ordinance that is by any chance?
141, I believe,
What
is
is it?
one for everything else. I think it's 141 that we refer back to.
141?
So,
Okay.
looks like all the other fines and stuff. We keep referring back to that.
Okay.
141.
Fine.
Yeah, I have the new dog.
General penalty.
Yeah, our old book was 500 for the general penalty, but we lowered it.
141?
Here's 141.
Yes, that's it.
Does that have all the penalties on it?
It's the general.
Want to do that final. All right, sorry, but I just want to put this in. Okay.
So I mean, not exceed.
All right. 6 to 7 dogs in heat. We addressed that one, improving the word. Such bolded. Remove the term bitch above.
What page are you on?
6284.
Page, it's on page.
It starts on page 6283. The dogs in heat.
Yeah, and then it goes on.
Then it goes to 6.
2A,
page 4.
4. Got it.
All right, and she says nowadays remove the term bitch and in return change to female dog. We said yes. Is the above a current practice of the village? And we said yes. Leave as is. So, okay. And then 628, dangerous and vicious dogs. Okay. Julie said that the state statute already covers dangerous and vicious dogs, and she said what we can put in there, if we want to take that definition out, we can refer to Kankakee County Animal Control Chapter 10 and Illinois State Statute 510 ILCS 515 and 515.1, which are the definitions of dangerous and vicious dog. So that's what I'm going to put in there.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm with you.
And then penalty, court to destroy. We said on section B, under police officer, take that out and put Kankakee Animal Control Officer.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm curious about that, the bitch definition of female dog. Wouldn't it be a female dog not bitch?
I asked Julie about that, and what they refer to as a female dog in heat. So that chapter is about dogs in heat. So if a female dog's fixed, they're not going to come in heat.
That's what I was wondering about the definition.
Yeah.
The bitch is actually a female dog not fixed.
Right. So they're changing to female dog, but they're talking about the female dog coming in heat. So that's what that whole chapter is about. Okay. That answer your question? Okay. I don't want to run by it if you're okay with it. Okay, and then on penalty court, we've already addressed that. So 628 page 5, we addressed that. And then 62B page 1 is Kankakee County regulations adopted, and we said wording leave as is.
Yep.
All right. And then chapter 3, which is article A, there's nothing there. The next page, page 2, she wants to remove unless otherwise provided in this article, and we agreed to yes. So we go nothing else on page 3, and then we've already addressed all these others. So and then chapter 7, 671, which is chapter 7, discrimination in housing. We said we're going to remove because it's already a federal regulation, so we don't need to have that in there. It's covered under the federal law.
What was that number?
671.
Oh, 671.
Page 671. Okay.
I'm back on.
All right.
Same piece.
So that we can bypass that whole section of 6.7. All right, my next thing that we needed to cover again, there was a question. She wanted our cross connection ordinance in here. I found it, put it in here. What I'm going to ask her is if we can just reference to this, because this is additional 12 pages that we don't need, so we can just reference, if she can reference that the ordinance is on file with the county, with our village clerk, That way it'll save us 12 extra pages in here. Okay? Is everybody okay with that?
Mm-hmm. Is that refers to RPZs?
Do what?
The cross connection?
Well,
What's that reference
if you change your water line,
to? Mm-hmm.
you have to have backflow preventer, so that's a cross connection and all that, so.
Okay.
You gotta make sure you know, if you replace your water line, you have to have a cross connection backflow preventer in there.
Okay. Yeah, and you have to add expansion tank.
Yep, expansion tank and all that, that's covered in the cross connection ordinance. Okay. All right, the next one is under 913, page 913. And then okay. Number 3, that was the new clarification wording of 912C-3, which is number of buildings per lot. What the zoning chairman and Brian and Rebecca and I came up with. No new buildings intended for residential living, a shed or a garage or shed shall be constructed on any lot upon which a building is already located. Right? Is that what we said, right? Okay. So that's how they wanted to word it. Okay?
So what's that saying?
You're not building another place to live.
Okay,
If you've got a residential building on there already,
okay.
you cannot add another one onto it.
Well, it just says no new building of any type.
Yeah. Yeah, but we added in intended for residential living,
Okay,
and then a garage or shed shall be constructed on any lot.
okay.
Okay? All right, so that was, I think, only other new thing, and we covered the zoning. So that covers the codification. So I gotta do the changes. What I ask now is once I get everything into our new book, I need one person to go over, I would go over all the changes here and make sure I have got them in there. So I need a volunteer to help me with that. Okay. You know, so hopefully we can get this to Sterling Codifiers. That way they can go through all our changes, and then they will probably send us for final review probably within 3 to 4 months. Okay? And then once we approve everything, we send it back to them with the signatures, and then they send us back the final version.